Big Brothers Big Sisters of Wisconsin, in partnership with NFL Inspire Change, is launching the Big Draft, a statewide campaign to recruit 700 new mentors for Wisconsin's youth. Supported by NFL players and Mark Murphy, president and CEO of the Green Bay Packers, our goal is to recruit 700 bigs statewide, including 100 in Dane County, from February to April. We need community champions to help spread the word and become mentors. Mentorship transforms lives, offering youth the support and opportunities they need to succeed. Join us and make a big difference. Looking for an exciting way to get outside and support a great cause? Join The Hunt, a fun, adventurous series of missions that will have you exploring the beauty of Dane County while raising money for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Teams of up to 10 people can participate, making it the perfect opportunity to bring together friends, family, colleagues, bigs, littles, and anyone who loves a little friendly competition. From April 25th through May 18th, take on engaging challenges, explore your community, and make a positive impact along the way. Sign up your team today or get your company involved by sponsoring the event. Don't miss out on the fun. You can visit bbbsmadison.org/events to get started. The Hunt, adventure, competition, and giving back. You are listening to the Big Difference Podcast, a podcast about empowering youth and strengthening communities through the transformative power of mentorship. I'm your host, Tracy Anderson, Community Partnerships Manager at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County, and I'm very excited today to have an empowering conversation with some of our amazing guests. Today, we are talking about our peer-to-peer fundraising event, The Hunt, which happens every spring. So joining us today is Christy Lowney, a longtime hunter, and a newer hunter, and one of the most dedicated hunters I know for the past 2 years, Moraima Agosto. Hi, guys.
Hi. Hi, Tracy.
How are you both?
Good, thanks.
Yep, we're good.
Good. Okay, so The Hunt offers a series of fun and engaging missions that encourage participants to get outside and explore the beauty of Dane County. Teams of up to 10 people can join, making it the perfect opportunity to bring together friends, family, colleagues, bigs, littles, and anyone who loves having fun while supporting a great cause. So The Hunt is happening from April 25th through May 18th. We definitely want to give a big shout out to our presenting sponsor, Dental Health Associates. Well, let's get started with you, Christy. I mean, you are a longtime hunter. I know when we were talking about doing this podcast episode, Bethany and I right away were like, we've got to have Christy on because you're an expert. You've been doing this for a long time. You're a committee member. So before we get into all that, I want to learn more about you. How did you become a hunter? And can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you work, and what made you want to get involved in the hunt?
Well, thanks for thinking of me. I'm flattered, of course. So I got involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters back in 2018, and I had signed up to be a big at that time. So I got matched with my little then, and we were a match through 2022. So during that time period, I was getting more and more involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters and just was looking at ways to get engaged. And I was looking at Bowl for Kids' Sake, and of course I started looking at it right around COVID, and so it ended up being canceled that year in 2021 and got replaced with The Hunt. And I was like, great, The Hunt seems like a fun way to get involved and do something. So that's how I ended up involved in The Hunt, as I had been looking at Bowl for Kids' Sake, and The Hunt replaced it that year. And so it was just good timing. Yeah. And then The Hunt has been so much fun that I stayed involved. So at this point, I have done The Hunt every year since it started in Dane County, and It's been a good time. Tracy pulled me into the committee, I think, the second year, and I've been on that since. And so definitely have enjoyed being a part of that. As far as a little bit about myself, I work at UW-Madison, so I am an administrative associate director at a research center there. So that is what takes up my daytime hours. And I guess as far as what makes me want to stay involved is it's just a really great way to support Big Brothers Big Sisters. It's fun. You get to have fun with your friends and family on your team. It's pretty low commitment in a lot of ways, depending on how competitive you become.
No, don't look at me.
I think some of us know how to be competitive,
People
and
get competitive.
that's why we're here. So
That's right. That's right. You were handpicked, both of you.
But that is how I got involved and why I stay involved.
You know, it's funny, too, because I've been with the organization for 2 years. I just learned the history, which is so cool about the hunt, that it started because Bowl for Kids' Sake during COVID, and we'll talk about this during the podcast, but how interesting. Bowl for Kids' Sake, we couldn't do it because of COVID, so we had to find something else to do, and there's the hunt. How cool is that?
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. So now, Christy, since you're so good at it, does your team set goals of winning, like being in the top 5, or do you guys just do it just to have fun?
You know, we've never explicitly talked about it as a team, but we have turned out to be a relatively competitive team. So I would say we placed in the top 3 a couple years. Last year, we toned it down a little, and I think we were in the top 10 or so, but we have enjoyed it, and whether we talk about trying to win or not, we appear to we're at a competitive lot, I guess. So
I love it. See, me and Moraima, we're looking at each other because that's where we want to be. Okay, that's where we're gonna be. I love it. And then, how many people do you have on your team? I'm curious.
I think it has changed a little from year to year, but around 6 normally.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very
and
good.
My nephews have been on it in some form or another some years, so they add a couple children to the mix. But yeah.
And then I just thought of this question actually, but okay, you've got 6 people on your team, so everybody's got to be like extreme hunter. You all have to be on the same level, right? I mean, you can't have somebody like, I'm not going to do these missions, you know. Otherwise, they're bringing the team down, right?
You know, I have one friend that I brought in the last couple of years, and she's not as enthusiastic, but she'll come out to group stuff, so it's still fun to have her. So we don't mind if you participate a lot or a little. Whatever works.
Okay.
So.
It still works. I mean, you're in the top 10, so you're doing something right. All right, Moraima, I'm coming over to you. You are a newer hunter, and you're very good at it. I should know you're on my team. And you are one of the most dedicated hunters, so tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do for work, and how did you get involved in the hunt?
How did I get involved, Tracy? Was it you?
It could have been me.
I think it was you.
Yeah.
I think it was you.
Yes.
So let's see. This is the 3rd year I'm doing the hunt, and overall I just think it's fun. I lived in Madison for 20-some years, and I still haven't been everywhere.
Yeah.
And to me, the hunt is like one way to go somewhere and see places and visit. Doing the hunt also helps Big Brother, Big Sister, so it's kind of nice to do 2 things at once, so that really helps. But yeah, I mean, I just think overall it's fun. I like the competitive aspect of it, and I drag you guys to do my little road trips and go to all the locations, and you guys think I'm crazy, but it's great.
You're so good at it. You guys are both so good. I mean, and I really think it takes a certain mindset, right? Be like, I am getting out today. I am determined. Moraima, till the very end, will be like, I'll be on the couch. Look, I am tired. We've had so many missions, and she's out there taking pictures, and I'm like, thank you, girl. Thank you.
I'm like, just 3 more. 3
Yeah.
more. I'm
And
just
she
going to go up the
will.
street.
Yes,
Just 3
just
more.
3 more. So you're also a part of the hunt committee. What's been your favorite part so far being involved?
So this is my first year as the committee member, and I think the part that I'm liking is just trying to get into like what items, what hunt activities to do. So in my head is like going crazy of things I want to do, but I need to kind of put it down and write down. I have this whole idea, but I need to write it down because it doesn't make sense unless you're in my brain.
Yeah.
Which is bad. But yeah, no, overall I think it's fun. I get a little
Very
bit
excited to hear this idea.
I know. I'm like, I get a little bit out there. And my teammates, thank God, they're very patient with me, and they just go along, and they are very supportive.
I feel like
Right,
you
Tracy?
need this
You're
kind of
very
brain
supportive.
on the team. You know what I mean?
True.
She'll think of things, and I'm sure it's the same for you. Like, she'll think of things, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad she's on this team, because I didn't even think of that. You know, like puzzles.
It
Very
is.
good at figuring out puzzles.
It is a puzzle.
Yeah. So, Moraima, would you say, what is the thing that you like the most about the hunt? Is it finding things that you haven't found before, like that you've never seen, or?
Yeah, I think it's just solving how to make it quicker and
Yeah.
how to get the more points. One of the things I think about our team, we're very good about, we have some members that are really good at fundraising. We have other members that are very good at going out and going to places and taking the pictures.
Yeah.
Such as me. But I think one of those that I enjoy is like once we do the teams, I like that we can divide and conquer sometimes.
Yes.
which is really nice.
I think you need that on a hunt team, on a good hunt team.
Yes.
Like you were saying, Moraima, I think it is a very good point. You've got to have someone who's good at going out to actually do the missions, someone who's good at fundraising, someone who's good at answering like questions. There's trivia sometimes. So it's good to just divide and conquer.
And if you have friends who live in like Verona, the west side and the east side, hook them up because you
Yeah.
need that
Right,
diversity
right.
across the county because
Yes.
otherwise you're driving from Sun Prairie out to Verona and it's a lot of energy.
It's true. It's true.
It's a whole planning thing.
Yeah.
Like, I have to do a whole planning thing. If I don't have somebody that I can get to, I will plan it. I was
You
like,
know, that reminds me. Did you create a spreadsheet last year? I think you did.
yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did. I am that person.
This is amazing.
I
I'm learning
created
so
a
much.
spreadsheet. I looked at the map. I went, I got to go here first and second. Yeah, no, I had a list. I had a
Yeah.
method, and
Yes.
but we're going to be like top 10 this year.
No, we have to be.
Top 10. That's the
We
that's
are
the
working.
goal.
This is
We
your
are
goal?
going to work. Yes.
I like it.
Yeah. So, Moraima, as our team, do we want to do it? Is our goal winning? Is our goal being in the top 5? Or is our goal just having fun? What do you think?
I think our goal is having fun.
Yeah.
One thing that I did notice, I talk a lot to strangers when I'm out there because I'm by myself with a camera and they're looking at me weird. I'm like, it's for big brother, big sister. Can you take a picture?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? What are
Yes.
you talking about? It's like, big brother, big sisters. We're doing a hunt.
Yeah.
We're trying to raise money. And I need to take a picture, please. Thank you.
I think what's so cool about this, too, is you see other hunters on the street.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
You know, because a lot of us are wearing our Big Brothers Big Sisters shirt. And then you
Yes.
see people looking around aimlessly and you know you're looking for a mission.
Well, and if you're good about watching the leaderboard, you've seen their pictures, so you know what they
Right.
look like anyway. So
Right.
then you see them in real life, and if
Yeah.
you're in a hot competition, you maybe talk a little smack and keep going. Not that I've ever done that, but
That sounds like a good tip. Okay,
is-
throw
it is-
somebody off a little.
Yeah, it's funny because I did meet another team when I was doing one downtown, and she was like taking a picture, and I'm like, I'm looking for this. I know you know what I'm talking about. She's like, it's right there. I'm like, yes, it's right.
Yes.
So we were like helping each other, and we walked around a little bit, and we met, and it was nice, and we got take a picture with your another team
another
member.
team, yeah.
So she was able to get that
Yeah,
one done.
that's a mission too. Yeah, I love it. It really brings the community together and it brings teams together. It's competitive, but it is so fun. So I want to touch on this because, again, I just learned this from Bethany. The hunt, it's an annual tradition for about 5 years, but it started during COVID. All thanks to our amazing development director, Bethany Ordaz, who organizes it every year. And it's just such a fun event. We're all saying, you think you know every corner of Dane County, think again, you don't. It's a perfect way to explore and have fun while supporting a great cause. It's one of our annual fundraising events every spring where we raise money for our programs. The programs are free to our matches, parents, and littles. And last year we raised over $40,000 for our cause. The hunt, again, will be happening April 25th through May 18th. And if you are interested in signing up or becoming a sponsor, you can visit our website at bbbsmadison.org. Let's talk about some of these hunt missions because I want to give podcast listeners an idea, like if they are going to sign up, what you're signing up for. So all the missions are done through our Goose Chase Scavenger Hunt app, and it includes different categories. I mean, some of the missions that you see are like, creativity, art, chalk silhouette. Use a chalk to draw a line outside of your entire body, take a picture, upload it, you get some points. Get active missions, which are really great. Getting involved in physical activities like jumping rope or something and having somebody take a picture. I'm sure family and friends take pictures of you guys when you're doing these things, right?
Yes.
I recorded a video of myself at the gym jump roping, and I think people
nice.
were like, "What's she doing?"
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
okay. It's for the points. So
That's right.
It's worth it.
We ran in your yard before, didn't we?
We did a race in my yard.
Yeah.
We did roller skates. We went to Chris's house, and with her kids, we did a pillow fort.
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah.
We did the superhero, and I used all their hero regalia that they had in their closet, and they got me all dressed up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious. But the kids had fun, we had fun, and we
Yeah.
got to spend some time together and hang out.
Yes, I think it's, and we'll talk more about this too, but it's just another fun way to spend time with friends, family. It's something different, other than doing the same old, same old. So some of the other missions you'll find, go hunting. So these missions get you searching for items that aren't in a specific location, like finding a license plate that has 3 or more threes on it. I remember you and I were like killing ourselves over these threes. We were really upset about it last year. We were trying to find license plate, and then it's like, be careful when you're driving, everybody,
Yes, very careful.
But
I ended up finding one at Costco parking lot.
yes.
On my way out,
Yeah.
I made a U-turn in that parking lot, got out, trying to take a picture, making sure the license, you could see it.
Yes.
Oh, and you could see me, make sure you could see me while I
Right.
was doing it.
Yeah. And some of these missions, if you have the Big Brother, Big Sister shirt on, you get extra points, by the way. But we did find, remember, like 3 cars.
Oh, the 4 yellow cars.
Yeah. I mean, that was crazy. We were looking for these 3s, and we couldn't find the 3s. And then we drive into this parking lot, and we're like, it's like the heavens just opened the gate. Why are there 3 identical yellow cars?
Right.
It was like mermaid.
Yeah, it was
cars.
the mermaid cleaning.
Yeah.
So it was for the 4 of a kind.
Yeah.
And you thought I was crazy because I'm like, there it is.
Yeah.
It's right there. And she's
Right.
like, Tracy just looked at me like I grew a horn or something.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you got to stop the car now.
Yes. Yeah.
Why?
I
I'm like,
remember that.
It's a mission.
Yes. Yeah. So we got
And this prepares people for if you are very competitive and read the list, you're constantly looking around for things during the hunt.
That
are.
is so
it
true.
takes over your life. It does.
It does. It
But
does.
in a fun way.
Of course, yes. So golden pins. This is, everybody loves the golden pin missions.
Yes.
It's huge. These missions are released each Friday during the hunt and have to be completed over the weekend. They involve more complicated clues that you need to solve and then find the location of the golden pin, which is a gold bowling pin. Because the hunt originally started during COVID-19 and plays a bowl for kids' sake, we incorporated several bowling themes into our original hunt. People go crazy over this golden pin. I remember last year, it was really hard to find.
There were some hard ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the purpose, right? But how cool, again, just learning this story. Like, I did not realize the hunt, that's how it started. Because I think Bethany said the very first hunt was called the hunt Bowl for Kids' Sake or something.
It did have
Yeah.
some sort of trying to make it clear it was in replace of or in conjunction with.
Yeah. But I think last year, the golden pin, it was like poetry or something. So people got close to the area but didn't know exactly where this golden pin was.
Yes.
Yeah. And again, people get like, where is it? I know there were people on the street. Did you find the golden pin? Did you see it? Because you get like a lot of extra points for this.
So you get extra points if you're wearing your shirt.
Yes.
So that's very important to wear your shirt when you're looking for the golden pin.
Yeah.
But I do think they were like 50 points. Like it's,
Right.
Yeah.
It's a
big
lot of
It
points.
can really
Yeah.
help you get up.
I remember that I went to, I knew it was the Leopold Conservancy. I knew it was there. Like, it had to be there. Like, I took the kids there when they were little. I know it has to be here. I couldn't find it. I could not find it.
Yeah.
That one was tricky to decide if that was the right location. But once we knew, I knew where to find it.
Yeah, Chris,
really?
Yeah, the clue
yeah, it was hard, though.
Yeah.
indicated where it would be, though. So
I mean, I had people texting me, asking me, do you know where? I don't. I do not know where the golden pin is. I don't. I
No, we
swear.
got saved because Chris knew exactly what building it was. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I know it's got to be around here. And she's like, I know which one it is. I got it. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
that happened to me one year. It was at Olbrich Gardens, but it was like up in a window outside, and it was very hard to find. And I walked all around the gardens, and by the end I was crabby. And I'm like, why am I crabby at Olbrich Gardens? It's beautiful here.
It's supposed to be a piece.
And then I spotted it on my way out as I was like angrily leaving, and I'm like, okay, it's all good.
Yes.
But if you're being competitive, it can really
Right.
get to you sometimes.
Yes.
That is honestly, I mean, and would you both agree, and especially Christy, you, because you've been doing it for so long, the golden pin is probably the most favorite thing people love to do.
It's definitely fun. And then you do run into more people since it's in a condensed time frame. So you see other
Yeah.
matches looking for it since you only have those 48 hours of weekend
Right.
to get it in there.
To get it
Yeah.
in, to get those extra points. There's fundraising missions, there's just for fun missions, kindness missions, special events. So overall, it keeps you really busy, the hunt. There's
Yes.
just a lot of variety, which is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the adult only sometimes because,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, it's nice to go hang out with your team,
Yeah.
get
Well,
a drink.
so I love that. Let's talk about the adult missions because personally, that's one of my favorites. You know, you're out with family, friends, you go out, you do the same old all the time, but it gives you something actually to do. You know, like I remember a couple years ago, we went to Toot and Kate's. That was a mission.
Yep, it was
Wine
outside.
bar in Verona. We took a picture with the mural that they had in the background, which was great. And then, you know, actually people got into our conversation. They wanted to know what we were doing. Just made it fun.
Mainly because we were looking crazy jumping off.
Yeah, we
the
jumped
mural.
off of
We were
something
jumping off.
to take a picture in the air.
How much wine did you have? No.
I thought that was, we didn't have any yet,
We
right?
had not started
Yeah.
because
Just
Good.
enthusiastic.
we were trying to be safe.
I like this.
So safety
Yeah,
first, and then
safety
we were
first.
drinking. But people
That's
were
right.
like, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?" It's like, you just take a video and we'll take a snap
Right.
print
Yeah.
of the video of us in the air because
Yeah.
all of us need to be in the air.
And sometimes people want to get involved just because they're over here, they're seeing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Flight Wine and Bourbon had an adult-only mission, which was super fun. Another wine bar in Fitchburg, and then Wine Reserve in Oregon. So that was
Yes.
good. It just,
It's just
A
nice
few
to go out
years
and
ago, Bethany had gotten a bunch of places on like King Street and
Yeah.
downtown,
Ooh.
and
Ooh.
that turned into a pretty funny outing with there was a lot of adult teams there, and it was fun to run into people because I think it was maybe the Rigby, Lucille, just some of those spots down on the square, and that was a fun Saturday night deal maybe or Friday.
that's
Anyway,
great.
that was a fun one too. So
we should think about adding that again this year.
we should do all four corners of the Capitol.
Ooh, great idea.
got to see what businesses are there that will participate. But it was
Yeah.
pretty cool because most of them had some kind of they all had a special where if you ordered a certain drink or food item that they gave like $1 of that purchase back to Big Brothers Big Sisters. So
Yeah.
it was a cool
Those are
event.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really good.
Take your podcast to the next level with Media 22. From top-tier equipment to custom sets and a dedicated producer, we'll make you sound like a pro. We specialize in audio and video podcasts, video editing, content distribution, and live streaming for creators and businesses. Visit media22llc.com today for your free consultation. Media 22, where excellence meets creativity.
Christy, do you have a favorite mission that you like to do?
I think one of my favorite missions there was a park in Cottage Grove maybe that had a zip line.
Ooh.
I don't think that was for adults, but I did it, and I was by myself because I was just running around, and I sat on this thing, and I just went flying to the other end. I was laughing so hard. The video is just me by myself. Of course, there was someone walking their dog, walking by, just like, what is she doing? But I was laughing so hard. That one was just funny. It was unexpected. But the ones that you do with your team are super fun too. So
Yeah.
I like ones where we have to get together to get it done.
So those are other missions where it's like, okay, the four of us have to all be together. Or I remember that one time we had to turn our shirts in.
The shirts backwards?
Yeah, we had
Yes.
to turn our shirts
yeah.
backwards.
Yes,
And
we
take
did
a
that.
picture in the reflection. And we
and-
were at a business.
Yes, we were at the
We were at the wine bar.
we were at the flight, and there were multiple people there looking
Yeah.
at us, watching us, and
Like, what are they
we just
doing?
ended up saying, "Can you just take the picture and we'll
Right.
tell you all about it?"
Yeah, we'll tell you
So,
what's
yeah.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love the creativity. I love looking in the app and seeing the videos and the pictures.
The
and it's
videos,
just,
yeah.
it puts a smile on your face too during, the hunt. I love it.
It is fun. The app has it's called the leaderboard, where you can see where you rank versus the other teams, and it is
Yeah.
very fun to watch the leaderboard, whether you're super competitive or not, because you can see the whole feed of what people submitted, and it's
Yes.
very fun to see what's going on. My sister told me in their house that whether they are actually doing missions that day or not, they check the leaderboard every day to see where we
Yes,
are. And I was like,
absolutely.
it keeps you competitive. It does the trick.
I have my
so
mom asking where we're at.
I love
She'll be
that.
like, "Where are you guys now?" I'm like, "Mom, we dropped to like 20. I don't understand what's going on." And then do you notice like the last week of the hunt, everybody is like cray
Out.
cray.
Yes,
It
everybody's
gets
out there.
Yeah.
Really, it does get really competitive at the end. There was one year where we were fighting for the top 3, and at the last minute, someone else just totally jumped to first. We're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Right. So we're like always trying to figure out like what do we need to do to get higher and higher and just jump to the top.
Well, let's get into that then, because I want to talk about some tips and tricks that you guys might have for the podcast listeners that, hey, maybe they're listening to this and they're like, you know what, I'm going to sign up for the hunt. What are some really good tips? So I want to ask, because I want to know this myself. At the end, people go crazy, okay? So you could be working for like the first 2 weeks, right? Really hard. And you look like you're at a really good pace. But in the third week, I mean, you could be pushed out. So, Christy, I want to ask you first. What tips would you have for somebody who wants to stay steady? You know, you don't want to just fall to the bottom the last week.
I think there's a couple of strategies that we normally use. I mean, fundraising is key because that does give you a lot of points. And, of course, that is the point of the event, is to raise money for Big Brothers Big Sisters. So I would say getting a fundraiser set up and asking people to donate it is a big part of getting ahead on the hunt.
Oh.
I think that is a good one. I have found that people like to participate in Facebook fundraisers, and so having your Facebook fundraiser active has always been, for me, the most lucrative way to bring in donations. So I think that is a good way to keep things moving. The other thing I always do is I just read all the missions right away, so that if you are out and you need 4 cars that are yellow in a row, that you know to be looking for it, right? Because if you don't know what else on the list, then it's harder to find all this stuff. So I do always read the full list at the beginning so that I know what to be looking for when I'm out in the town. So I think that's another way that I strategize.
One thing adding to just looking at the list is looking at the details of the list, because some of them do have bonus points.
Okay.
But you normally have to bring something with you, so you can't just grab it on the fly. You've
Right.
got to be prepared.
Oh no, I kept stuff in the car. Like I kept the shirt in the car just in case.
Yeah.
And it's scary, but yes, I kept the shirt in the car. There were some about you had to do a T or an L, or you have to dance, or you have to run. But if you pay attention to just that little note, it says if you show when you went to the Ronald McDonald House, if you show the top of the cans, the pop cans, you get extra 5 points. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I'm just like spilling those things up. I'm like this.
Yeah.
But it just kind of like helps get those little extra points. Even you're already doing the mission anyways, might as well get the extra points to go with it.
Right. So you bring up a really good point, too. We need to talk about the goodie bag that people get. So when you register for the hunt, you come and you get your T-shirts. And, usually people come in and they get all the stuff for their team because everybody can't come and pick up the stuff. So, you get T-shirts, you get a bag full of goodies and things that you use during the hunt. Like a Frisbee. There was a Frisbee one year. And some of the stuff that you're picking up in the goodie bag, you're like, if you are a part of the hunt, after a while, you just don't even ask questions. I'm going to take this. I know it's a part of a mission.
Yeah, you've got to keep it. Don't get rid of anything in your bag until the hunt is over, because it may appear. Because new missions get released throughout. So look at the initial list, but be aware that that's not the whole list. More will come for you. So just because it doesn't say that you need your pen with a sponsor's name on it at the beginning, you still might need it later. So.
Yes. I think that's a really good point, too. Missions get interchanged. So I think when you first start, I know for me the first year, I'm thinking I've got time to do this mission. Nope, it's gone.
It's gone.
There's other missions that are coming in.
Most of them don't turn over, but some of them have time limits or are a special day where something happens and you have to do it that day. So you do need your notifications on the app so that you see when a new thing comes out. That's an important tip too, I think, to make sure you can keep up on what's new.
And I think, like you were saying too, read through, because I do not. I'll look at like the first sentence. Oh, you want me to dance? So I'll dance. But if I danced with like a skirt on and get an extra 5 points, if I would have read that.
Right. If you would have been Cinderella with your whole outfit,
exactly,
you get the extra points.
That's right.
And the birds on the shoulders.
That's right. Yeah.
And this is when your teammate uploads over your video because you didn't get the bonus points, and you can do that.
Yes. Yeah.
That is actually very good reminder. If you have a picture and someone forgets to do the extra bonus, you can upload again to get the extra points with it.
Yeah. That's a good tip. Yeah. Who's going to upload? I think like as team members, you need to communicate.
who's going to upload, who's not, if there's videos and stuff like that, right?
We don't really talk to each other that much, I'll be honest. We
Oh, you
just kind of go
don't?
for it. And
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, if somebody knows, like, I'm going to go down to Fitchburg and get all the Fitchburg ones, and nobody lives in Fitchburg, then
Right.
we'll talk about that. But
Yeah.
otherwise, we just go for it. And if it's gone,
Right.
like, if I'm like, oh, yeah, I should go do that one, and then I check and it's gone, I'm like, oh well. So
Yeah.
our team's pretty flexible about who does what.
That's great. Maybe that's why you guys are winners. I mean, I think it's
we
nice.
talk a lot.
We talk a lot. We're on a group.
We have a group chat. I mean, you need a little communication with the group, right? So
Well, yeah, like you're
Yeah.
saying, because are you going to hit Verona? Are you
Right.
going to hit Sun Prairie? Like, yeah.
you don't want two people to drive somewhere out of the way. Just,
No.
So
Right.
we do talk about that just to make sure we know who's, or the golden pins too, right? Like,
Right.
we don't all need to run to that place on Saturday morning. So
Right.
we do talk about those ones.
Yeah, like I would say, like on our team, Moraima and Chris are really good at the golden pins.
Yes.
You know, so you guys can have that.
Yes.
You know,
How generous.
yeah, it's like a puzzle, and some people are just really good at puzzles. You
That's
know,
fair.
Chris and I got it. We got it.
I know.
So good.
Yeah, and then RuPauli's really good at fundraising.
She's very good at
Yeah.
fundraising. One of the things with fundraising is sometimes they have specific dates. You get extra
Yes.
matches or extra points because of it.
Yep.
Or is it 2 for 1 or 1 for 2?
Yeah, they do like the Tuesdays. Like there's Tuesdays if you do on Tuesday.
Yes,
Yeah.
Tuesdays.
So you have to pay attention to that as well.
So
Do
she's
you-
really good about keeping track of that. I'm not.
Yeah, you do get the bonus points on certain days. And there is a calendar ahead of time, so you can check the calendar and see when the fundraising bonus days are and plan to push asking for donations that day because it does help.
So then I want to ask this too because Bethany has said, and I think you both are saying too, in order to like win or to be in the top 10, top 5, fundraising is key. So do you ever feel like when those fundraising days come up, it's like a competition with other people, other teams on social media, like, hey, donate to us? Or do you feel like people see it too often and they're like, didn't you just ask me like a week ago? I don't know. Do you have a certain strategy for that?
I think it depends. Like, a lot of people only donate once, but I have also had people who, when it was the day where, like, as many $5 donations gets you points, that they just donated again that day because they knew, like I said, if you donate $5 today, we get extra points, and then they donated a second time to the fundraiser. Okay. So I think it varies. It just depends on the people, I think, but I will say I do post a lot of the, like, foolish videos and photos of myself in my event, and I think that people enjoy watching me make a fool of myself, and they donate. And so I think it's good to lean into the silly missions and show that you're running around and doing the work, because then they're like, I just had to give you some money. And I'm like, great, thanks.
So do you feel like, do you ask the same people every year? Do you like kind of change up who you're asking for fundraising?
I do use Facebook for it, I'll be honest. So I think it helps because it just goes out to my followers.
Yeah.
So you don't have to ask people, they just see it. So
yeah.
I'll email certain people, like my parents or
Right,
hit up people who
Right.
will donate
yeah.
if I ask. But those ones I generally will send out the email through the portal that lets you do that, because there is within the fundraising system, once you're set up, you can email straight from it, and I'll just send out that.
Really?
Little did you know.
I didn't
See,
know.
this
Now
is why
we
we're
know.
in the top
This is-
3.
This is important information.
There's a lot of things you can do if you poke around on
Make
your page.
a note.
Okay, I got it. I got it up here because where
You're
were we?
you're just social media queen. So
I am. I am.
You got to do the social
Were we
stuff.
14? Did we 15th
Something
place
like that.
last year?
We did a lot better than the previous year.
We did. I mean, we were almost like 30, I think. And then
That's
it's so
still
funny.
good. There's a lot of teams.
There's a lot of teams, by
Yeah.
the way. And then, I kind of like will go through and see like if someone's like 60th and I'm like, oh my gosh, have you been doing any missions?
And a lot of the time they do a few. And I think sometimes it's like matches where they don't have a bigger team. It's just
Yeah.
the matches. And
Yeah.
so they only get together a few times during the 3 or
Right,
4 weeks
yeah.
of the hunt. And so they get a couple done. And it's fun to see them participate, even if they're not at the top of the
pictures-
leaderboard. So
The pictures are so cute.
Yeah.
And again, that's a great thing to mention. This is great for match activities. So when you're always trying to find something to do with your little when it's time This is great. This keeps them busy. I do want to ask you both, like during the missions that you're doing, because it's great for families, matches, friends, colleagues. Do you ever bring out family members with you or kids or friends or with you? And then how's that gone? Like, you know, they're not on your team, but hey, by the way, I'm doing a couple missions. You want to come with me?
I've done it.
Yeah, and how has that gone for you?
So my mom happened to be in town one year.
Right.
And I told her, I'm doing this hunt. You want to go? She's like, sure. She'll go anywhere. Yeah. So I had her. I don't know how many pictures I had her with it, but we went to Sun Prairie and we did a few of them. Then we went somewhere else. She's like, oh, this park is really pretty. I'm like, I know. I've never been here. Yeah. So
but we gotta go.
But we're gonna go.
Enjoy it fast.
Right. Take a picture, literally.
So we got to enjoy different places and we got to hang out. So it, two birds, one stone.
Yeah.
It was great.
I love that.
She loved it. She thought it was fun.
Yeah.
And when she's not in town, I'm like, so we need a fundraiser. Can you put in like $25? That would be great.
Yeah.
She's like, okay.
Yeah. What about you, Christy?
One of my friends was my primary photographer, so
Oh.
would take the photos of me looking foolish, not be in them,
Yeah.
or the videos, or whatever was needed. So yeah, I've brought people out. It's fun to get other people involved, and I think everybody likes watching you look a little foolish. I like the silly ones, I'm not gonna lie. So
I agree.
Yeah, a lot of the time I look goofy, and I think that's entertaining. So
Yeah. I would say the hunt is contagious. Don't you
is.
think?
Yeah,
I think it is.
fun.
Because I think if you're out in public and people are like, what are you doing? It strikes up conversation. And then I remember that time that we were at Toot and Kate's, this group of women, they were like, well, we want to sign up. Which brings me to ask you both, why do you think someone should sign up to be a part of the hunt?
2 reasons. Mainly it's a way to interact with your friends, but also to help with Big Brother, Big Sister. I mean, overall, it is a fundraiser. Mm-hmm. We're helping the kids that are in the community. But you can have fun while you're doing it. And I think the hunt brings both of those things together. So it's nice to bring other people that we don't know. One of our teams, she got 2 new people to our team when we were trying to jump off the fence.
That's a mission too, isn't it?
So
like
we
if
added
you add
people.
2 people, like add people to your team.
That was like
a
2
mission.
years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you get points for the number of people on your team, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We just needed more people to do more stuff.
Right. Yeah.
It does help to have a full team just to distribute, because there are a lot of missions. So to get them done, it helps to have a decent sized
Like
team.
4 to 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and why do you think, Christy? I mean, you are a hunter expert. Why do you think someone should sign up to do it?
I mean, it's very fun. I will say that. Also, I love Big Brothers, Big Sisters, so it's just a great way to support. I also really like, it does get you out to new places in the community, and that's fun. And some of them you are supporting local businesses and people around Dane County. So I think it feels good because there is a lot of giving back involved, and it's not just for Big Brothers, Big Sisters. It's businesses around Dane County too. So I think that part is fun. I also, for me, our team has been more or less the same people for the last 5 years, and some of them I don't see that much. So but we still do the hunt together every year. And so it is a fun way that we interact with each other, and I think it keeps 2 people on my team are former coworkers, and I think it just keeps us in touch where we don't work together anymore, but we still do the hunt together every year. And I think that's fun that we stay connected that way too. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Do you feel like during the hunt, when you both have done the hunt, have you found like a local business that you didn't know before that you started going to because it was a mission and you were like, oh, I didn't know this was here? Have you found that to happen during the hunt?
definitely been to new places on the hunt. There was a plant store on the north side on it, maybe the first or second year, and I got a very cute little cactus there.
Oh,
Sadly,
nice.
I think it's no longer with me, but I tried.
Okay. Well, I'm sure it lived a good life. Yeah.
I gave it the best life I could.
Okay. Well, that's
That
good.
is good.
Yeah.
That counts.
Did you find any local business that you liked while you were doing the hunt?
So I really like the fact that one of the business that was in the hunt was right down the street from my house.
Oh.
So I go there multiple times.
Nice.
And I still go there multiple times.
That's
So
great.
it's really nice.
That's really good. Well, just as a reminder, too, people can sign up at any time during the hunt. So, I mean, you don't have to sign up right away. I think probably, and you guys tell me, if I'm wrong, but you probably want to just to get ahead. But you can sign up the last week. You can sign up the second week of the hunt. I mean, you would just have to catch up.
Right.
That's a lot of catch up.
Yeah. But people do it.
But people do it. I
Yeah.
know. People do it. It's still fun. It's still fun. It's just a lot to catch up.
Yeah.
I think it helps to sign up early. But if you're joining a team, I think you can join
Yes.
anytime. And if your team already did some of the work, then
Yeah.
that's a great way too.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
a
think,
good tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Join a team that's already going.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I
they'll,
like it.
they'll get points for adding a person to the team, and it's
Yeah.
one more person to help get things done on the hunt. So
Love it. And if people aren't able to participate in the scavenger hunt, you can still support by donating to a team. All teams do have fundraising goals, so we just want to keep that in mind. So in wrapping up this podcast episode, I have one last question. I want to ask, what are some ways that others in the community can make a big difference in the lives of youth through mentorship? Christy?
Well, I would definitely plug Becoming a Big. It was great. I think it's an amazing experience. And I just had lunch with my former little a couple weeks ago. She's a junior in college now. Like, you really do stay connected. It's a great experience, and you just get to be involved in the life of a young person in our community. And those relationships go long past them being young. So I think Being a Big is awesome and would strongly encourage people to check it out. I think the time commitments have reduced a little too, so if you're worried about it being too much time, I really think it's not, and people should look into it and see what they can do. So
Yeah.
that's what I would plug people doing.
Okay. Moraima?
I would say definitely being a big. I am unable to be a big because of other things that I have going on. But you can, I know like we talked about being a mentor in school, and there's other programs where you can help. And also, I say support other outings. So even if you can be a big or if you can't be a mentor, you can support at least the organization to get that done.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Bowl for Kids yet, and I like my husband and I love bowling, and we still haven't made it. And I don't know why, because
Yeah.
you tell us about it every year.
Yeah.
And we just have never made it. I'm like, one of these years, we're going to make it. We're going to make it.
Yeah.
So supporting other events, I think, is a good thing as well.
I think Jared would love it.
Yeah.
He would love the bowling. And yeah, I think you both bring up great points. Of course, we always want people to be mentors. But if you can't, for whatever reason, there's still other ways to support our organization. You can get involved in our fundraising events because, again, just as a reminder, the programs are free to the littles matches and the parents that are involved. So being a part of the hunt, donating prizes to our fundraising events helps us a lot too, or donating, just showing support that way.
I've been fortunate that 3 of my employers have also gotten involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters when I was working there. So one of them, we hosted the Golden Pin one year,
Yeah.
so we got to be the mission.
Okay.
Another, we held an event that was a fundraiser, and so that was great. And at my current workplace, we participated in the back-to-school backpack pickup events. We were one of the stations where kids could do a STEM activity. So I think there's a lot of ways to get involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and it doesn't just have to be the hunt or being a big. There's lots of opportunities to do fun things with the agency. So
Yeah, well said. Well, I want to thank our guest today, Christy Lowney, a longtime hunter and a newer hunter and one of the most dedicated hunters for the past 2 years, Moraima Agosto, for joining us to discuss the hunt. The hunt is taking place again April 25th through May 18th, and we definitely want to give a shout out to our presenting sponsor, Dental Health Associates. So again, thank you both for being here.
thanks for having us.
Thank you.
I hope you had fun.
It was fun.
Okay.
Almost as fun as the hunt.
Almost.
You're right. You're
Yes.
right.
I do think
agree.
I learned a couple tips, so I'm looking forward to seeing how competitive
I
all
know,
of us
now
are
we
this
got
year.
the tips going.
We're all going to be looking at
Yep.
like where we fall. Yes, I learned a lot today. Well, thank you all for listening to the Big Difference podcast, a podcast about empowering youth and strengthening communities through the transformative power of mentorship. I'm your host, Tracy Anderson, Community Partnerships Manager at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County. And to learn more about us, you can visit our website at bbbsmadison.org. That's bbbsmadison.org. It's all about making the big difference. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Looking for an exciting way to get outside and support a great cause? Join The Hunt, a fun, adventurous series of missions that will have you exploring the beauty of Dane County while raising money for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Teams of up to 10 people can participate, making it the perfect opportunity to bring together friends, family, colleagues, bigs, littles, and anyone who loves a little friendly competition. From April 25th through May 18th, take on engaging challenges, explore your community, and make a positive impact along the way. Sign up your team today or get your company involved by sponsoring the event. Don't miss out on the fun. You can visit bbbsmadison.org/events to get started. The Hunt, adventure, competition, and giving back. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Wisconsin, in partnership with NFL Inspire Change, is launching the Big Draft, a statewide campaign to recruit 700 new mentors for Wisconsin's youth. Supported by NFL players and Mark Murphy, President and CEO of the Green Bay Packers, our goal is to recruit 700 bigs statewide, including 100 in Dane County, from February to April. We need community champions to help spread the word and become mentors. Mentorship transforms lives, offering youth the support and opportunities they need to succeed. Join us and make a big difference.